So in this video, I'm going to cover the process of spray varnishing canvas, stretching canvas, and framing canvas. So I've got a matte canvas print. It's the Epson Exhibition Archival, and I'm using Breathing Color Timeless 2 to spray my varnish. It's a UV protectant, and it also protects for durability. It's going to seal the print, seal the canvas, and when the canvas is stretched, it's going to protect it from cracking. And if you spill anything on it, it's not going to run. So you can see it's got a nice sort of satin look to it. It almost gives it sort of like a painted quality, having this varnish on top. So I'm giving it 2 coats in 2 directions. In this case, I just rotated the print. I could also go up and down, turning my nozzle, but it's easier to rotate the print. So here are the stretcher bars. These were handmade to size. This is 24 by 36 canvas, and the stretcher bars were made to fit the dimensions. Everything is made to order, custom. This is poplar wood. Can also use pine. Poplar is a little bit stronger. So the process is essentially centering the canvas on the bars, on the stretcher bars, and then stapling it one side at a time. Right now, Christian is trimming the excess. He's got 2 sides, and then he's going to do the other 2 sides. These are pneumatic staples, so for sure they're not going anywhere. The corners can be a bit of a trick. In this case, Christian is trimming the excess and then folding to give it a nice tight corner, so there's not a bulge here in the corner. That's going to matter later when we frame it. It also just gives it a cleaner result. So this is the finished stretch canvas with the varnish. If you order on our site, this is how we would deliver a canvas print. Stretched with a varnish. So we're going to take it a step further and drop this into a floater frame. In this case, this is what is called a closed corner frame. Essentially, this was fashioned out of a block of wood by hand, the corners were joined, and then it was sanded. This is what's called a closed corner. Notice there's no line there. And that's our finished product, ready for the canvas to be dropped in. So these blocks of wood are essentially stapled to the frame itself, and then Christian's just drilling a hole in that block of wood to attach the canvas with. So he's dropping it in and measuring out the spacer between the frame and the canvas, about a 1/4 inch spacer or space. He is going to drop some spacers in there to make sure that nothing moves. It's perfectly centered. This is done with some Sintra, 1/4 inch pieces of Sintra that get dropped in there. So now, with everything measured and the spacers in there, which I actually didn't see him do in this video, but they're there, we can start to attach the frame to the canvas. So he's just from underneath screwing those wooden blocks into the actual stretch canvas frame. And he's asked me to help hold things in place. And there's a finished product. Yep, so that's stretch canvas in a floater frame. Actually, I forgot, he's got to close off the back as with any frame, to protect from changes in humidity and moisture, you want to close the back of the frame. So he's using an archival double-sided tape, and we're using an archival craft paper that will seal this from the elements. All the materials used here are archival and acid-free. So he just dropped that on the craft paper. It's very important to have a flat table, otherwise you'll get some wrinkles on the paper. And then he's just trimming out the excess. And there we go. So it's a closed frame. So now he's just adding the D-rings, and then from there there'll be just a framing wire, so this can be hung. So this is kind of a detail of that spacer I was talking about, the 1/4 inch between the canvas and the frame. Hence the term floater frame, because it's sort of floating in space there. And just really nice finished product. Thanks for watching.